Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I'd like to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Also, would like to say peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Akim that's pushing his word in all sincerity and faith throughout the four corners of the earth. For the few Akwat, the sisters who watch and believe in sincerity, shalom to you as well. Shalom to the new viewership, the new believers, the new fruit coming into this faith. Just back with another lesson, and pretty much I was in a restaurant earlier, in my day, and I think it's pretty much owned by some Elam. Most likely, it was Elam food or whatever. But it was just the vibe in there, and how they the other nations look at us, and how we move. I was just kind of observing. Man, it's gonna be beautiful when we have these heathen nations under our subjection in the kingdom, man. Because these heathens, they're prime ready to serve us, man. I was kind of thinking on that aspect, but we've been so beat down and disenfranchised as a nation. Most of our people don't have that rulership mind to see that, man. These other nations, they're prepared to basically serve us, or they're being prepared to serve us in the kingdom. So without further ado, I just want to hit a few precepts, Lord willingness to edify, as far as mindset for brothers to have, because that's the expectation and the hope that we have to come, if we endure into the end, like it says in Revelations 2 and 26. He that, matter of fact, I'll start there actually so I don't mess up that train of thought. And then I'll jump back to Psalms, the second chapter. But this is Revelation 2 and 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. So you got to keep the works unto the end. That's a major qualification to get this promise, to get this glory. Being in a governmental body under Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, under King David in the kingdom of heaven, the elect. We got to keep the works of the Most High, our vows of service unto the end. Okay? It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So we're going to have power over these other nations, man. The Most High has always been a separatist. We're not dealing with that demonic spirit of equality, because there always has to be a top and a bottom. There always has to be a lender, and there has to be a borrower. And the borrower is subject to the lender. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to have to borrow anything anymore from these other nations, chiefly our main enemy, Esau, Edom. But all the nations, they're going to borrow from us, man, and they're going to have to pay tribute, okay? But the point being made is the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, the Heavenly Father, in the name of His only begotten Son, is going to give the elect of the nation of Israel power over these nations. And even 2/3 of our people that get caught up in that destruction, that thermonuclear destruction, they're going to come back through the elect in the kingdom, okay? Because all Israel shall be saved in the kingdom. And even the ones outside of the 144,000 in the 1/3, they're going to still be above the heathen nations in the kingdom of heaven. Because even here in America, Babylon the Great, you may have lower class Edomite families that still have the mindset that they have so-called white privilege over you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So how much more so in the Most High's kingdom? But I'm going to continue on in Revelation 2 and 27. It says, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So we're going to have that rod of correction, because the heathen nations, they're not going to have the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly in their inward parts in the kingdom of heaven. So they're still going to go off. They're going to commit sin. The nation of Israel in the kingdom, that prophecy in Jeremiah 31 and 31, the Lord, He's going to put His laws in our inward parts. But the heathens, that's why they're going to have to be corrected, because they're going to still be subject to sin. Okay? Because the law, contrary to popular belief, is still going to be in full effect mode in the kingdom of heaven. It's just that the Israelites are going to be set up to keep it perfectly, because it's going to be innately within us. But the heathens, they're going to receive the rod of correction when they go off. They're going to have to keep our holy days, our high holy days, the Passover, the Day of Atonement, so on and so forth. Okay, but this is Psalms chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." And that's what happened, man. When you go into Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it talks about the heathen nations made a confederation. Esau, Edom being chief enemy number one, along with the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, and then the Hamites, who are the so-called Africans, okay? Because all dark nations of people are not Hamites. They're not so-called Africans, just for understanding. Now, we understand that the Israelites, primarily Judah, they were brought over here on cargo slave ships from the west coast of Africa, mostly. But that shows the separation between the Most High's people and heathens, okay? But not to get off topic, the other nations, they made a confederation to come up against the nation of Israel. And all of these other nations, Elam, they're in our neighborhood selling us stuff. We don't have businesses. If we do have businesses, our businesses don't flourish like the businesses of the heathens. And then they throw our change on the counter. They look at us with disdain. When really they, what's the word I'm looking for? They really wish they could be us, for lack of a better word, at this moment. But the point being made, the Lord is going to do a role reversal. He's going to set things back in order to where his people are going to be, the rulership or the ruling class. And these other nations, they're going to have to fall in line, man. That's what's about to happen. Most of our people, mainly the 2/3, they can't even foresee having dominance over these other nations. Primarily, their daddy, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed nation of white people. Because here it is, it's another election season, and our people are still talking about the lesser of two evils. I guess now our people are fed up with Joe Biden, so now we're going to see the next silver tongue that's going to give our people flatteries to vote for them, man. Still casting votes, okay? Going after the way of the heathen, because we know that the voting process, having a Senate and all of that, it goes back to Rome, which we know that this is the second leg of the Roman Empire, America, okay? But the point in the lesson is, man, the Lord is about to set his kingdom up on this earth, man. Once Esau, Edom's kingdom goes down by thermonuclear destruction, okay? Because we're in the time of major prophecy coming to pass. And the benefit and the hope for the elect is that we're about to be set back on top. Because as soon as Esau kingdoms go down, that's when the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up on the earth, okay? But I'll read this here. This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land." Because our people, we don't have no land to go back to, man. We're the only nation of people that doesn't have a seat within the United Nations, man. We're not sovereign as a nation. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't keep the laws perfectly of the Heavenly Father because we're not sovereign. We don't have our own land. We don't have dominion over our own territory and land. It says, "And the strangers shall be joined with them." And the strangers is talking about the Israelite foreigners, okay? Those of our people that would be scattered according to prophecy. They'll come back in the fold, okay? It says, "And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people," verse 2, "and the people shall take them," and it's talking about the Israelites taking the heathen nations. "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess." So it says possess right here. Let's look up that word possess real quick, because that's what Great Millstone is known for, getting scholarly with the scriptures, man, getting the breadth of the word. It says to take possession, inherit. So possession, for lack of a better word, is basically something that you have ownership rights to, okay? It says to give as a possession, to cause. We're going to have the heathen for our possession, man. So we're going to own other people. The Lord is with people owning other people. It's nothing wrong with slavery per se. It's just that Esau, Edom, he did it unrighteously, man. He put hardcore, bitter oppression and captivity on our people. But the point being made, it says, "And the house of Israel shall possess them," talking about the heathen nations, "in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressor." So it didn't say a joint rulership. It says they shall rule over their oppressors, man. It ain't going to be no voting system. Whatever we say, go through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, because the word is going to be in effect mode in the kingdom. These heathen are going to have to keep the laws of the Heavenly Father. We're going to have dominion and rulership over these heathen nations. Through the multitude of the wise, that's the welfare of the world. I'm loosely paraphrasing Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. Because the world as we know it, it's in desperate need of new management and rulership. And right now we're in that time. Okay? But of course, certain prophecies have to come to pass, and we can measure the times diligently to see we're in a time of major prophecy, man. So it's beautiful for brothers. That gives us motivation, inspiration to keep pushing this word, to keep excelling in the faith, keep trying to be mindful to offend less, okay? Because the Lord is about to set us up on top, man. You got to truly believe that in your heart. You got to move with purpose in this thing, man. We're not doing this for nothing. Even the Apostle Peter asked the Lord in Matthew 19, "What shall we have thereafter? We've forsaken families, this, that, and the third, and we're going to sit on the thrones, man, judging these heathen nations." Okay? So with all being said, Lord willing, this edified. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, peace, and blessings to the elect.